dicey. Ow. You're walking straight into it.
Yeah. Ow, bloody hell, that hurts. Shit. Really hurt. Paul?
A little chilly and a little windy. Apart from that, yeah, not bad, mate. It's a beautiful view up here.
Beautiful view. It's lovely over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks well nice.
Why are we hiking into that?
Because it always works out like that when we're out.
Yeah.
Every time I'm out with you, we get that.
It's me. Because everyone says the same
Jinx.
thing.
Should we buy a lottery ticket tonight?
But surely would lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Right, we're about to get hit by this. Oh yeah!
Bring it!
No, don't bring it. Ready, Paul?
All right.
Next shot of Paul, drenched.
Dicey, doesn't it?
Say again?
Looks dicey.
It looks a bit dicey, doesn't it?
Carry on.
Fuck me,
Walking
that
into
hurts.
it, aren't we?
Huh? Ow.
You're walking straight into it.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Ow, bloody hell, that hurts. Shall we go and have a look?
Fuck me. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Shit. Ouch.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you in? That was painful.
Oh,
Man.
that was a painful hailstorm we just went through. Really hurt. I think it stopped though.
No, I think it's still blowing in the
Still
wind.
going?
I can see it. Yeah, it's just like a white sheet blowing.
Oh. So we found this little cavey bit to stand there. Oh. Oh. Quite icy. Well, my hands are just suddenly on freezing. Oh, good game, innit?
I think without dropping down to that next bit, there isn't really much, is there? Or you just pitch here?
No.
Or just go down?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, mate. That's fine. Yeah.
Right, we're struggling to find a pitch. We have got here, it's got quite windy but not too bad. But we're going to head off the mountain a bit and see if we can lose some elevation and hopefully find a pitching spot. But the weather's moving again, so we've got to be quick. What happened, Paul?
It was cold, it was wet and it was windy, so I decided that we shouldn't camp up there. We should come back to the campground.
Basically we're just a big couple of pussies. So we have bailed, and it was just, the wind was horrendous and we were freezing cold. And
plus
the
you twisted your ankle.
I twisted my ankle as well.
Let's not forget about that.
I twisted my ankle, so I was struggling a bit on my ankle, which we were a bit concerned about. So we've come down back down to Great Langdale campsite. And I'm in the Bumpus Middus solid inner. Paul's got his new just an X-Mid 1. This is the new 2025 version. Oh, we might have a look at that tomorrow morning.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We are technically supposed to be out for two days, but depends on my ankle and depends whether Paul can be asked to go out again. Because
I didn't like the sound of that forecast tomorrow afternoon.
I don't think the weather's improving, so we might have to go home, which is a real shame. But
yeah, we've had hail and snow this afternoon, which wasn't pleasant.
Anyway, it's been a bit of a crap video, isn't it? A bit of a waste of time. Anyway, we're going to go and head to the pub now and have something to eat. So, yeah, bye. Say bye, Paul.
Bye.
Right, so I had planned, or me and Paul had planned a 2-day trip in the lakes. I'd driven about over 4 hours to get here. Paul had driven about 3.5. I live in the Midlands, so it's a proper mission for me to get here, and cost quite a lot of money as well to get here and back. Unfortunately, we decided not to wild camp last night because the weather was pretty bad. Not the worst I've ever been in, but Paul's got the X-Mid 1. We were a bit concerned about pitching that in the wind. We couldn't find many sheltered spots. We know the wind was potentially getting worse and it was hailing as well. But the main reason, and the reason it was right to bail on it and come back down to camp, is that I twisted my ankle. It made it difficult for me to put any sidewards pressure on my ankle. So coming off the hill was quite painful, and it's quite sore this morning. It's quite sore. In fact, kind of like putting my foot on the accelerator might not be the most comfortable when I'm driving home. So there's no way we can continue the second day, and I just got to hope that this gets better for the West Highland Way, which I'm doing in about a month's time, or under a month's time now. So a real shame, but it was the right call. So we'll be heading home today instead of doing a second day. The weather's getting worse as well. It's due to be about 50-mile-an-hour gusts tonight up on the mountains. Well, 50-mile-an-hour gusts apparently at ground level, so God knows what it will be up top. And it's going to be real torrential rain from about 3 o'clock, I think. So real shame. The forecast wasn't due to be quite as bad as that, but it's changed. It can do. You have to know when to quit. We've known when to quit. This is the time. A bit gutted because I've been looking forward to this weekend, but never mind. It's been great to catch up with Paul. It's been great to get out for a hike. Yeah, I think my next trip will probably be on the West Highland Way. Right, come on then, Paul. Show us your...
You're lucky I wasn't half naked then, mate.
I'm sure the ladies will be saying I'm unlucky we weren't half naked. So, this is the new X-Mid. This is the 2025.
The V3, I think it's calling it, isn't it?
The V3.
Yeah.
And you are quite happy with it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's only been extended by a couple of inches on the inner tent, but you can definitely notice the difference. I think they've also added these struts here. There's like a strut that's actually sewn into the ground sheet on the opposite corners, so one there and one down there, and it just helps give a tiny little bit more space.
Yeah, it makes it a bit more square at the bottom.
But you can see how much space I've had at the top there. This is a regular wide pad, so it's the regular length but the wide size. You've got a ton of space there, and I've had the space down there to chuck some clothes as well.
Yeah. And you've got some decent pockets in there, because that was always the gripe with the
massive pocket there, huge pocket,
big old pocket on
each
both
side.
And then you've got a pocket.
Got these ones at the top as well.
So you've got two at the top.
On both, you'll be able to see that one, but there.
And there, are they bigger than the old ones? I think.
I can't remember. I can't remember them being up there last time.
Yeah, I had some on mine, but yeah, those are much bigger, much better.
But I mean, I'm 6 foot, and I had no problems at all with space in here last night. I wasn't touching the inner tent when I was laid down at all. So yeah, I was quite happy with that.
And you were hoping to get your pack inside, weren't you? But you can't. It's not quite enough space.
Yeah,
to
I
do
mean,
that.
at a pinch, I could maybe put it on its side up there if it was kind of empty. But I'm just going to live with it in the porch.
Yeah.
I think the porches have reduced slightly in size in favour of the inner being extended a little bit. But you don't notice it. Look how much space you've got still.
Yeah, you got
It's crazy.
bags of room in the vestibule. haven't you?
More than enough to cook in there and store gear and stuff.
So Paul is going on the PCT in two weeks' time.
Yes, 2 weeks time, mate. Yeah,
When-
that's just knocked it home a bit.
So this is the second time Paul's on the PCT. Although the first time he didn't manage to do the entire thing.
Which, in case some people are wondering, is why I'm doing it again.
Yeah, Paul released a PCT video. I'll put a link here, so he goes through all of his gear. It's really worth checking out because it's interesting to see what gear he's taking this time. He's learnt a lot from the first time, and as Paul explains, he's not an ultralighter, and his gear was chosen very carefully, but he's had a comment about that he's basically carrying far too much stuff.
Ridiculously, yeah.
Even though his base weight's about 11 kilo.
Somewhere between 9 and 10 kilograms.
Sorry, 9-10 kilos. So ultralight, no, but that's certainly not like heavy. And it's that way for a reason. If you wanted to go ultralight, then he flipping would. Paul's got this stuff sack. You'll see it on the video, Paul's video. But he's got this hyperlight stuff sack, and he puts all of his sleep system in there, which is mental.
It doesn't look as though it's going to fit at the moment, but
really
I'm just trying. Before I was rolling the sleep mat up and putting that in rolled up, I'm going to try putting the sleeping bag in first, and then putting the sleeping mat in on top flat, and see if that is any better or worse. Yeah, you just got to make sure you
give it a squeeze.
Squish all the air out of the sleeping bag.
Yeah. My gear sorted out. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this very short video. As always, stay safe, keep on trekking, and I'll see you on the next one.